So with everything I've been hearing, it brought me back to this, bro. Because this doorbell footage that they got right here is going to be extremely, extremely important. Because I'm hearing them throw out all types of accusations as far as did the person miss something on the pre-trip checklist and all that type of stuff like that. So this footage, the more I think about it, this and that black box they looking for, it's going to be important, bro. Seriously. But before we get to everything, man, y'all know how this goes. Question everything. You should. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only.
We're back with a Fox News alert. Cars are smashed and debris is covering the ground in Northeast Philadelphia after a medical plane carrying 6 people crashed. Air traffic control audio captured the chilling moments after the plane went down.
Approach to runway 24. What's going on down there?
Position 755. We have a lost aircraft. We're not exactly sure what happened, so we're trying to figure it out. For now, the field is going to be closed, so no inbounds or outbounds probably.
Yeah, here to discuss is Top Gun Navy graduate Matthew Wiz Buckley. Matthew, thank you for joining us. You hear that audio. When it first came out, it was reported this was the moments before. Now we understand it makes more sense. It's the moments after. Walk us through what you hear there.
Well, obviously, Tower realized they lost the aircraft. There's previous audio of the control tower clearing them to contact Philadelphia departure, and they don't. So, and either the captain or the first officer of the medevac flight acknowledged that frequency change. So, sounded like everything was fine in the cockpit up until a couple, maybe 30, 40 seconds after that.
Yeah, we're being told that this entire scenario took place in less than a minute, which is hard to believe. But this is something I wanted to ask you about because of your experience with very fast jets. We look at the video, and to the naked eye, to the average person, it looks like a missile coming to the ground at full speed. I know it's a lot to put in perspective, but when you see those videos and you see them all together, what do you see? Do you see a plane that could be at full throttle? Are there mechanical failures that you're reminded of? We showed a graphic at the beginning of the show that shows the steep angle in which it was going up, and now it's going down. Give us any insight you have there, and I know we're speculating.
Absolutely, we're speculating, but in nearly 4 decades of flying and flying fighters, that jet was simply not flying. That was a missile. That was a rocket. Clearly, something catastrophic happened either with the airframe or the engines to cause that. The last radar hits that I believe I saw where it was going down at close to 11,000 feet per minute and close to about 280 knots. So clearly something catastrophic. And looking at the videos, it's on fire. There are flames leaving the aircraft. That tells me there's something catastrophic. Let me share with you some.
Y'all think it's something wrong with me, but it's not something wrong with me, bro. I continue to ask the question and pose the question, why can't they design these planes or have some kind of something to deploy and save this plane or have it to descend slowly and gradually to the ground? Like, why is that so hard? We can come up with all kind of spacecrafts and different things to go to space and do all this kind of cool stuff and design the James Webb telescope to be able to shoot lasers and see far. Why is this so hard of a task to ask for? Something to deploy to make sure this plane, if something goes wrong with the engine or a fire or something, it descends slowly back to the ground and its cargo is safe, meaning us, the people, y'all, the people who get on planes. I may be getting on one soon, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm nervous.
Something I was thinking about is, as an F-18 Hornet pilot and as a civilian pilot, we own our own fighter jet for the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Before I took off in the Hornet or my personal jet, you go to full power at the hold short or on the runway. Yeah. Why? Because the engines are at the most, power at takeoff. So if anything's going to happen with a motor, it's going to happen in the first couple seconds of flight. Business jets, airliners, they don't go to the hold short and run the motors up to full power. They don't get on the runway and run the motors up to full power.
Yeah.
So something to think about there.
No, absolutely. I've seen that happen. So the NTSB investigators, they're preparing to examine the newly recovered black box from the Black Hawk helicopter involved in the D.C. crash just a few days ago. President Trump says the military helicopters, he thinks, were flying too high. I want to play a clip real quick of newly minted Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on this.
The black box from the Black Hawk. When we do, we'll get a sense of internal communications. That might tell us exactly who was piloting that Black Hawk. You had a captain in training, you had a chief warrant officer too as an instructor, and then you also had a staff sergeant in that Black Hawk as well. Who was talking, who was on the comms, who was piloting, and then what, if any, confusion was there at the end, right? We're looking at altitude, and the president was clear about that. Someone was at the wrong altitude.
Yeah, we're not here to point fingers. I don't think that President Trump or Pete Hegseth are as well. But when we look at how closely military operations were happening to civilian air traffic, how common is that? Is that very common? Is it unique to D.C.? I'd love some insight on that.
Well, hitting another aircraft is never common. Around the D.C. area with all the military and civilian aircraft, it looks like controlled chaos, and it is. As long as it's controlled. If somebody doesn't do their job, bad things happen. So I got to tell you, man, Occam's razor, usually the most reasonable thing is the most reasonable thing. Mm-hmm. They were off course. Route 4 through that corridor, they're supposed to hug the eastern side of the Potomac River. They were completely off course. They were in the middle of the Potomac. The max altitude is 200 feet on Route 4. So you're all the way over to the east.
I mean, us not even knowing the route, this looks odd. This plane is going here, knows where it's going for the airport, but this helicopter looks like it's all out of whack. Even look at this. Look at how it was coming straight, then it veered out here, then it came back in, then it went this way, then it turned. He was disoriented, had to be.
You do not go above 200 feet. But when they said, hey, traffic in sight, the wrong traffic, they might have said, hey, there's nobody around us. Maybe we can deviate a little bit for whatever reason. So there's 2 strikes right there. Off course, off altitude. Third strike is the controller. As soon as he heard traffic in sight, since he was single manning 2 positions, put a mental check mark there that said, I'm busy. They have that other traffic in sight. I'm going to focus on other things. Yeah. Never been to air traffic control school, but I can almost guarantee you on day 1, they tell you if you see 2 targets coming at each other on your scope, even if one of those guys said traffic in sight, give them a harder traffic call. Pat 25, confirm you have traffic left 11, level, acknowledge. That would have got the hair on the back of their neck and the helos standing up, and this mishap wouldn't have happened. So a couple links in this chain that if you took one of them out, this didn't happen.
And a tragedy unfolds. Again, we're not here to point blame. We're here to try to understand what happened, and I'm sure we'll learn more as the days go on. Thank you so much for joining us, and of course, thank you for your service.
You bet. God bless, bro. Thanks.
NASA scientists say they have found the building blocks of life on an asteroid orbiting within our solar system. The discovery comes from rock and dust collected from the asteroid Bennu. Researchers have discovered that this rock and dust contains an array of organic molecules, including amino acids and components found in DNA. The samples were captured in October of 2020 during the OSIRIS-REx mission, NASA's first ever mission to send a spacecraft to land on and collect material from an asteroid. The spacecraft then dropped off a capsule of the samples as it swung by Earth in September of 2023. Their findings were revealed this week in the journals Nature and Nature Astronomy. One study found thousands of organic molecular compounds, including 33 amino acids, as well as compounds rich in nitrogen and ammonia. A different study uncovered a, quote, soup of elements, including salts and minerals that are crucial to the formation of life. While the findings do not show evidence of life itself, scientists say that the ancient space rock reveals conditions in the early solar system may have been conducive to the formation of life on other planets and moons. NASA scientists...
Bro, it took everything in me not to stop that video, but I've been screaming this since I don't know how long, for the longest, bro. I've been screaming this from the top of my lungs, saying that, man, why do you think we have so many different species of different things here on this planet? Why? Because the meteors that constantly hit here are bringing things in from other planets and other areas of space, and it's landing here. And the life is forming, and it's Like, I've been saying that. Why do you think the ocean is all kind of crazy and you see different things and you're like, whoa, what is that? What is that? We're always finding new species. We're constantly getting hit by meteors that have things on them, man. I've been saying this and saying this, bro. This isn't rocket science. Like, we are not alone. We're foolish to think we're alone. We're the only species, huh? Why are we so great? Yeah, okay.
They got her. They got her. They got Alexa.
What is happening on February 2nd, 2031 in the United States of America?
In February 2031, the United States of America ceases to exist.
Alexa, what is happening February 20th, 2031 in America?
On February 20th, 2031, the United States of America was formally dissolved as a result of a process of unification that took place in the late 2020s.
Alexa, why does America end in 2031?
From Benzinga.com. The North America region includes the U.S. and Canada, where the U.S. is expected to acquire a major share in 2031 due to the increase in the investment by the exoskeleton manufacturing companies in the country.
I usually go out for groceries on a Saturday when my son is in class, but today I thought since Trump is going to put tariffs on Canada from February 1st, I better go today on Thursday and do some grocery shopping. So I went to Freshco today and did some weekly groceries, and I thought Freshco was cheaper than Superstore. What are you doing? Are you buying groceries before the tariff starts?
Yo, I see everybody going to load up. Y'all ain't gonna see nothing on the shelves, bro. Y'all are quick. Some of y'all ain't playing. I've been seeing them, bro. I've been seeing them, man. I get it, bro. Everybody worried about prices going up, and you should. Now, when it happens, I don't know how quick it happens. I don't know how much. We don't know. But we definitely gonna see some increase for sure.
You really can't make this up. So the 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican goods start tomorrow. So President Trudeau in Canada has basically said that nothing is off the table in terms of retaliation. He said, we'll turn off America's electricity. So they asked the press secretary about it, who's terrible, by the way, and her response was, people would like you to panic, but President Trump would like to remind you that Jesus didn't have electricity and he did just fine. That can't be a real response. She can't be serious. We are literally living in an SNL episode. So if I were you, I'd do a little research to see where your states get their electricity from. And maybe you want to stock up on candles, and while you're at it, get some batteries for your flashlights. You also may want to join a community garden because we get 63% of our vegetables and 47% of our fruit from Mexico. It's about to get real expensive. You may want to think about buying some tequila and mezcal too.
Bro, can anybody confirm he said that? Did he say that actually? Oh my God, I need that clip. If he said that, bro. We're so reliant on electricity these days, you can't make that statement. You can't make that statement, man. What do you mean? Do y'all not... Hold on, I got something. I think I remember a clip. Let me go find it.
Jammed onto the sidewalk outside Penn Station and on the steps of the General Post Office. They're praying for the first train home. This morning, Mayor Bloomberg says people should think of this as a snow day. Forget about coming into the city unless it's absolutely necessary. Buses are running, but they're not worth running for. There are no trains to connect with. And the buses that do run will be crawling through traffic. Walking this morning remains the main mode of transportation. The LIRR and Metro North are not running. And the subway system is in total disarray. There is no subway service. The trains that ground to a halt yesterday afternoon remain stranded in tunnels citywide. The Transit Authority says it will need 6 to 8 hours to straighten out the signal and switching system once power is fully restored. The MTA says it took 2.5 hours to evacuate 400 trains without any deaths or serious injuries, but with plenty of grime.
We were coming past West 4th Street and the power just went out and everybody got stuck.
There's definitely some people, a couple cars behind, by the time they got onto the tracks, were like hyperventilating and having some panic attacks. One guy, his friends had to sit him down here because he was shaking so bad and he was really freaking out.
For some people, it took hours to get to the surface. Rats. By the time they got to the surface, some people seemed burned out.
It was just the not knowing, you know, if we'd been told it would be 2 hours and the fire department on their way, it'd be fine, but it just got hotter and hotter and I didn't know what was happening.
Looters took to the streets in some neighborhoods overnight, and after more than 8 hours of darkness, America's largest police force was stretched to the limit. Across the city, New Yorkers abandoned their sweltering apartments and partied into the night on street corners and neighborhood bars. And this was the scene outside Penn Station, where hundreds of commuters simply gave up on getting home. It began
jammed onto the...
See what I'm saying? We can't handle no power outage. Not saying that's gonna happen or anything like that, but you know, a lot of people feel like that. But this is just an example of what happened here. Bro, we can't handle nothing like that. What are the police gonna do? They're outnumbered. You see what they started doing? Looting, breaking into businesses and stealing and stuff like that. We're not equipped. It's not enough police officers. And I'll probably go on a limb and say they probably had more officers back then than we do today. The police, being a police officer isn't the sought out thing to be these days with a lot of things going on. So,
Okay, so I've been asked several times to make a video about this, and I apologize for it taking so long. I wanted to wait until Trump started actually talking about it, but he's sort of just like trickling it out, so I'm just gonna put it out there. People have been asking me to explain the whole income tax versus tariffs topic. It's going to be a very generalized overview that literally anybody who's ever like received a paycheck and looked at where their withholdings went can understand. Here's the scoop. Up until 1913, there was no federal income tax. The bulk of the money funding the government was produced by tariffs. Tariffs, as you may or may not know, are just a tax on foreign goods that are being brought into America. So not only are tariffs a great source of income for our country, but they are a really good bargaining tool because, like as we just saw Trump do with Colombia, Colombia exports roses to the United States. We are approaching our #1 Hallmark holiday of Valentine's Day, and lots of people will be purchasing roses. And the price of those will increase exponentially if Trump were to impose a tariff on them. So it was in the Colombian president's best interest to agree to take his own refugees back so that he didn't have to be subjected to these tariffs. What people don't understand is that a tariff is something that you could choose to pay or not pay, and income tax is not something you get the choice to forego if you don't want to pay it. The federal government will find you if you don't pay your taxes. It's like a great game they like to play where they know how much you owe them, but they're not going to tell you how much you owe them. You have to try to figure it out on your own and pay it on time. And if you don't do that, then they send you mean letters and pretend like you're not following the rules that they make up and change at any time. And in addition to federal income tax, there are a lot of other things that the federal government takes from us, but most Americans do not realize that 50% of your income goes to the federal government between income taxes, Social Security tax, Medicare tax, all of those things. You literally work until the end of June until you start getting to keep your own money. That's disgusting. That's tax slavery. If he were to abolish income tax and instead use tariffs, we would still have to pay, right? We would still have to pay more for goods that we buy from overseas or from other countries. The difference is you can choose to not buy them. You can choose to buy something American made, which is it a little more expensive to shop American made? Yeah. But if you're going to pay the tariff anyways, you might as well be supporting businesses within your own country that strengthen your own economy. This would bring a lot of manufacturing back to the United States. It would create more jobs. It would circulate more cash within our economy versus supporting foreign countries. And I cannot stress this fact enough. It is a difference between choosing how you want to spend your money versus the government taking it out of your paycheck as you bend over for the first 6 months of every year. So I don't know whether or not Trump will actually do this. To me, it seems like a big ask, and I just don't know that. I don't know that you can completely restructure our whole government to not survive on the federal income tax system, but it would be amazing to do it. Anybody screaming about how this is a negative doesn't understand the caveats of all the things I just explained. So anyway, hopefully this video helps. Keep the content requests coming.
See, this is why I try to show you both sides of it. People that are talking negatively about it and people who are talking positively about it. You need to hear both aspects of it so you can make the decision for yourself if you think this is good or you don't. Which side of the fence do you lie on? You need to hear both sides of it, not just people just downing it, you know? Because obviously something has to be done. I don't know if Trump's going to get it right, who down the line is going to get it right, but somebody needs to get it right because there's no reason that we should work as hard as we do and to give them all of this money. That she said tax slavery. That's what it feels like. Definitely feels like that. So y'all need to hear both sides of it. Tell me what you think, though.
Okay, so I was just trying to put music on my TV. So I went to YouTube and I said into the thing like really low. I was just like, Tool. It said, I think you just whispered to me. Next time you whisper to me, I'll whisper to you back. Swear to God, swear on my daughter's life. I came to get my phone to try and do it again. It didn't do it again. I asked it, did you just say you were going to whisper to me? And it just said, getting that on YouTube. Swear to God. Swear to God. Somebody please try and do it to your Alexa. Go to YouTube, say it really softly, whatever you're looking up, and see if it does it. It only did it that one time. Somebody confirm if this is real. Okay.
I don't care if this is a part of the device, what it does, this is normal. It's still creepy. I don't care if it's a feature. It's still creepy, bro. It's creepy. I don't care how you phrase it or put it. It's creepy for it to do that, man. Yes, I don't like it.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah. Teamwork. Yep. All right, thank you. Yeah. Teamwork. Yep. There it goes. There it goes. Wait, okay. We'll pull her back.
It's free.
We could reach our
we love you. We're both maybe. Helping the crew doff their spacesuits or eventually doff their spacesuits.
Yeah.
Bro, that said they have no clue when they would be able to return. I just want to go home. I'd be up there, bro. I'd be so irritable. You wouldn't even want to put a camera on me or see my response, bro. I would be so mad. So mad. Yeah, I see people say, oh, this is part of the mission. Things happen. No, I want to go home. Take me home. And then the crazy part about it is they say other astronauts have shown up to the International Space Station, came there and left, and them two still there. Ain't no way y'all leaving me. Ain't no way y'all leaving me. No, I'm going. Make room.
I just went on a deep dive. How many plane crashes do you think have happened in the last, we'll be generous, 4 days? I don't even think it's been 4 days. How many plane crashes? Nash, do you know? This was not helpful. I'll give you one hint. The answer is not 2. I just went on a deep dive.
A mother hears something coming from her son's room when this was captured.
So anyway, my son's not home, but I keep hearing the door shut. But there's nobody up there. There's nobody up there. And let me take you guys, I'll take you guys up there and show you there's nobody up there. But let's see if we can catch it. Bro, my eyes are watering. This is scaring me. Hold on. Oh my god, as soon as I stopped it, I heard it. I know you guys heard that. I hope I got that. Did you hear it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Look, nobody's up here. Oh my god. Look at his door is closed. Oh my god. Nope. 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 I gotta tell my daughter, boo-boo. Oh my god. There's water in my eyes. Oh my god. Why does it sound like, and I recorded it. It sounds like somebody's in your brother's room. And I went up there to show that the door was closed. Tell me why his door opened when I went up there. I swear, I ran down here by myself. I'm recording it. Come up there with me to show them nobody's here.
Hey, here we are, another person. No survival skills. Why are we going back up there? I don't know. I just made it out of there safely. I want to go back up there and put myself in harm's way. Survival skills. Seems like nobody has them anymore.
Oh my god. That made my eyes water, you guys. I showed it on camera. My son is not home. I'm not going to stop the recording just so I can show you guys.
That's scary.
I know, I ran down here. I ran down here so fast. Okay. Oh my god, that scared me. And it sounds like somebody's walking around up there, and I got it on recording, yes. Look at, his door is moving. Okay, we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna show you guys nobody is in his room. He is not here. Turn your flashlight on. Oh my god. Hurry up and come up here so you can point it to show nobody's in the room. Look. Look. Nobody's in here. Nobody. You guys literally, you seen that in real time with me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm freaking out.
We know you freaking out. You wouldn't even cut the light on in there. Who goes in a room and just let it stay dark? Nah, fam. Illuminate. Illuminate.
Oh no. I told you guys. And there's been that mimic. And my daughter has heard it when I'm not here. It says my name, or it says her name in my voice when I'm not here. And it says my name in her voice when I'm not here. And, or when she's not here. And now that's happening. Look at my dog. No. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming under the side of the house no more. Oh my god.
A mother hears some.
Nah, you know what you should do? You know what she should have did? She should have went back up there again. One more time just to be sure. You know, just to be sure nothing's in there. Investigate one more time. That's what should happen. Like, what? No, you should have left the first time you made that up. I'm gone. Of course, while we're distracted with everything that's going on in the sky and above ground, we're forgetting about what's going on underground and the possible tunneling that's happening. I don't know what to make of anything no more.